Well, I've just sold one of my surplus items on eBay. I've been trying to sell one or two things, and you know what a pain it can be. And I'll just show you a couple of things and my decision about them. Here's the other one, the maroon one. So one blue, one maroon. Well, let's run it back. Well, this one seems to run much better than the blue one. So they're exactly the same model apart from livery, if you know what I mean. Same motor, same chassis, same moulding for the body. And although Lima did a few different liveries and numbers and names, they were just reusing the same parts. And they might have said limited edition for some of them, which means they didn't make many which were done in that sort of livery. Let's run it round in the other way. Yeah, okay. So while it's running round, I can talk to you. So I thought it's not worth selling on eBay. 25 to 35 pounds they seem to go for. I've seen a 20 pound one, a completely non-runner, sold as a static model. But the issue is, although this one is running fine now, if it gets to the other end and the buyer is not satisfied with it, you've got the hassle of getting it back, and that hassle isn't worth the money. You know, if you're selling something that's high value item, it's worth it. But you know, if you get hassle from something that you don't make a lot of money from, then I doubt that it's worth it. So we have a youngers members section at the railway club. So my thoughts are, let's give this, or these two, to two of the younger members to play with, and we've got members at the club that can help them, look after them, take them apart and identify what's not working properly. But that other motor was grinding a bit. So that's it. So it's hardly worth selling them. They don't owe me anything, if you know what I mean. If I sold them for a tenner, then that would be £10 in my pocket, which, you know, it's not as if they're costing me £10. And the answer in that case, if we didn't have this alternative of the club, would be, well, why not hang on to it so I can occasionally run it? Well, I don't. I haven't run them for a long time, which is why I've had to spend a bit of time servicing them to get it all cleaned up and running nicely, lubricated. So let's just pass them on to someone and give them away. So there we go. I hope I'm saying goodbye to these two Lima diesels. Just a reminder to myself about the difficulties of servicing these pancake motors. This is one where it's making a bit more noise. Both of the models have lost one of the traction tyres. Yeah. There should be two traction tyres on each, well, on the side that's not the pickup side on this one. Right, so I thought, well, I'll get the pancake motor out of the frame so I can have a better look at it, particularly the gears, which are on that side, and see if I could see any reason why it should be noisy. Is it a bit of particular misalignment or anything down there? It's very simply held in place. And in the process of extracting this from this frame, I bent the thing that bears on top of the spring on top of the brush, and therefore the spring and the brush just popped out, gone never to be found again. Somewhere on that floor. I have, or had, 2 spare brushes and 2 spare springs. Well, I want you to imagine something. Me picking up and losing each of those springs about half a dozen times. So this was completely bent out of the way, and I am trying to put the brush in there, then put the spring in there, and just placing it with my fingers, just getting it part way, and bing, gone. And I had a second spring, couldn't find the first spring. Oh my goodness, they're not magnetic, so I couldn't find them with a magnet. Another spring, very, very carefully, bing, gone. Oh my goodness. Right, now I am blessed. I feel absolutely blessed, because 3 times each, I'm guessing, I mean, it's a lot of times, so it seems. I've been messing around for a while. I managed to find one or other of the springs. The brushes, no problem, they stay where they're put. And did, in the end, manage to get the brush and the spring, and then this bent back down again into place, this put back, and the thing runs. I don't think I've made it any less noisy with that, and I certainly didn't see anything. I'm not going to take it apart and replace the traction tyre. It pulls quite well up my gradients without a traction tyre, so that's not going to be done. Can't see anything obvious on those gears. I'll swing around, can I get brighter light onto the gears so you can see them? So you've got a gear, quite a gear train there. The front and rear axle of those 3 axles is driven from the motor, and just noisy motor. So I'm going to leave it as a noisy motor. You know, it's if anything else occurs, then I think it's a matter of considering just getting hold of another a replacement pancake motor for that, if it's worth keeping the model at all. Okay, there we go. Fun with springs. If I make this separate video, that's what it should be called, I guess. Only it wasn't fun. It was quite frustrating. And in the midst of all of that, because remember, there is still the original, I'm assuming it's on the floor, spring and brush down there. Thought I might at least find the brush. The springs are almost invisible. Can't see them. So maybe if I walked around in bare feet in here, I'd feel it. Almost certainly. There we go. Just to remind myself what a mess that is. It's coming up to the toughest gradient on my layout, which is this gradient at this side. And it's had no difficulty at all getting up that. Noisy, but reasonable slow running. That's going to have to do.